Art Culinaire Lacanche installation video. This video is meant to be a representation only. Work should be performed by a licensed plumber or installer. The tools required for the procedures shown in this video are a cordless drill, a T20 Torx bit, a box knife, a tape measure, 2 adjustable wrenches, flexible gas tubing with fittings at the proper length and diameter, bubble leak testing fluid, pipe joint thread compound, wooden wedges, an air sled, forearm forklift arm straps, a voltmeter, a 3 psi pressure gauge with compression fittings, a permanent marker, and a pair of scissors. Pre-install site visit. Prepping the install location. Verify that the range utilities are in the proper placement, are the correct configuration, and have the correct voltage and fuel line pressure. The electrical outlet should have between 208 to 240 volt between the L1 and L2 poles, and 110 to 125 volt between the L1 and neutral and the L2 and neutral poles. The gas supply pressure should be between 6.0 to 13.8 inches of water column, or 0.21 to 0.5 psi. Range alcove. Measure and verify that the width of the range alcove is equal to the dimension found in the cabinet preparation document for your specific range model. Measure and verify the width of the range plus 3/32 or 2.5 millimeters on each side. Take images of the verified voltage readings on the meter. Take an image of the verified gas pressure reading on the pressure gauge. Submit these images along with the job site readiness install checklist to Art Culinaire at installations@frenchranges.com. Art Culinaire Lacanche installation video. Your Lacanche range will be delivered in a truck like the one shown here with a liftgate. The truck will need access to a hard level surface in front of the building, house, or garage. The truck driver should first confirm the freight delivery information with either the homeowner, homeowner's agent, or the installation crew. Once confirmed, the truck driver will unload the range crate from the truck with a liftgate and a pallet jack. As long as a smooth level surface is available, the driver should be able to position the range crate in a designated garage space. Inspect the range. As soon as the driver places the range in a desired location, please walk completely around the crate to inspect any damage to the wooden crate or pallet. Please document any external crate damage on the shipper's bill of lading. Even if the crate is damaged, do not refuse the shipment. If no damage to the crate is present, please write pending inspection on the bill of lading. Once the exterior inspections are completed, sign and date the bill of lading and allow the driver to leave. Once the range has been delivered, you now have a 7-day window to fully inspect the range for any concealed shipping damage. First, cut the crate straps with a blade or pair of scissors. Then remove one of the crate end caps with a cordless drill and a T20 Torx bit. Next, remove the large screws holding the sides of the crate to the pallet. Once the crate is free to move, lift and slide it off of the pallet away from the open end. Store the crate off to the side to reuse if the range is to be stored until the day of install. Once the crate is removed, cut off the clear stretch wrap only from the rear of the appliance. Carefully remove the stretch wrap, shipping spacer blocks, and bubble wrap from the range. Finish the damage inspection and recrate the range if storing the unit until the day of install. If any shipping damage is discovered, clearly photograph each area of damage and submit all images to shipping@frenchranges.com along with your range order information. If any shipping damage is present, do not remove the range from the pallet unless instructed to by Art Culinaire. Carefully remove the item boxes from the rear and sides of the range and stage in a safe location to take inventory. Remove the shipping tape and move the items from the oven cavities and stage them with the other items. Remove the shipping tape and take the items from the drawer boxes and stage them with the other items. Remove the oven doors by locking the small tabs and maneuvering them out of the hinge brackets. Remove the drawers by pulling upward on the front, then sliding forward off the rear mounting tabs. Once all the items are safely staged in one place, Check the collection of items and quantities with the range packing list. Contact the Art Culinaire support department with any discrepancies between the items in the packing list. Next, unbolt the range from the shipping pallet by removing the 4 10mm shipping bolts from the underside of the pallet. 2 shipping bolts are located under each side panel of the range. Carefully remove each bolt and clamp plate with a 10mm ratchet. You may also use a cordless drill with a 90-degree angle driver with a 10mm socket. Carefully read and follow the informational and warning labels taped to the range top and the towel bar before lifting or moving the range. Lifting the range by the handlebars will void the range warranty. The Lacanche Range should be one of the last remaining fixtures installed in the kitchen. With proper foot protection, place floor coverings along the travel path of the range and in front of the install location. Measure and verify the countertop height and compare this to the chassis height of the range. If the range chassis is shorter than the countertop height by more than ½ inch, the range will need to be set on top of blocking boards between 3 inches and 6 inches wide each to be used as runners for the rear roller feet. The length of each board should be determined by the depth of the backsplash material plus 25 1/4 inch. The thickness of the board should correspond to the height difference between the range chassis and the countertop height, minus 1/4 inch for any necessary leveling adjustments. Position each board front to back, one directly in the center and one centered under each roller foot, up to 5 rollers total, with 2 additional boards at the far left and far right of the range width. Once these boards are in position, secure them directly to the floor so they are not able to move around. Flexible gas hose. Attach the flexible gas hose, or the hose compression fitting, to the fuel line cutoff valve and securely tighten. Lifting the range. Position the range on top of the lifting straps or other method of transport into the kitchen install area. If using lifting straps, cross them under the range chassis. Do not allow the straps to rub against or apply excessive pressure to any enamel panel or door hinge. Carefully set the range down on top of the floor protector in front of the install location. Connect gas flex hose. Use gas pipe thread compound on the range fuel input connection and attach the compression fitting for the gas flex hose. Connect and secure the gas flex hose to both compression fittings. After the gas flex hose is connected and tightened, open the gas supply valve and use bubble leak testing fluid or soapy water to check each connection for potential leaks. Laser film removal. Carefully peel off the laser film covering the required Lacanche Range spacer and install the spacer in the raised or flush position using the supplied mounting hardware. Now install the range power cord into the corresponding power outlet. Carefully move the range into place or up onto the secured blocking board runners. Make sure the range spacer and cooktop surface do not slide under the backsplash material, but up against a smooth, flat surface. A strip of backsplash skirting material can be installed under the counter surface height as a flat, smooth backrest for the range spacer. Never grout, cement, or caulk the range into place. Doing this may void the range warranty. The range must be able to easily move away from the wall for any future service needs. Now level the range using the adjustable roller and leveling feet. Do not use anything other than a hand tool to turn the adjustment rods. Do not turn the adjustment rods with an impact driver or drill. Carefully take the weight of the range off of the roller feet before adjusting the height of the feet. Do not attempt to turn the adjustment rod with excessive force. Anti-tip device installation. Once the range is height adjusted and leveled, position the anti-tip bracket against the rear of the range chassis with the screw hole against the floor and pointed towards the front of the range. Now use a marker to draw a line on the bracket through the bracket slot in the base plinth. Now fold the anti-tip bracket on the marker line at a 90-degree bend. Pre-drill the screw hole in the floor if mounting into stone, tile, or concrete. Now reach through the drawer cavity and install the anti-tip device and secure directly to the floor. Laser film removal. Now peel off all the laser film on the toe kick panel and install using the supplied retaining pins. Turn on gas. Make sure the gas supply valve is turned to the on position. Now install the drawers onto the soft close guides by first aligning the rear tabs, then dropping the drawer box over both of the glide floor pins at the left and right of the drawer box floor. Be mindful of the original positions of each drawer. If the alignment of each drawer panel face appears out of surface alignment, try switching the position of each drawer. If neither drawer positions allow for flush surface alignment, then adjust each drawer panel by loosening the mounting bolts on the inside front of the drawer box and align by the reflections in each panel. The main oven door and drawer panels should produce one single common reflected image. Reinstall each door by inserting the upper hinge arm hooks up behind the receiver rollers. Then insert the lower hinge arms into the bottom of each receiver bracket until the lower hinge arm notches interlock onto the flange of each receiver. Then carefully release the weight of the door. While holding the weight of the door hinges are able to shift slightly right or left in their receiver brackets to create consistent and even panel seams. Now pivot the hinge locks into the resting position to unlock each door hinge and close each door. The oven door with the Lacanche logo should either be on the right side or in the center of the range. Now remove the labels on the range top surface and the towel bar. Now finish peeling off all of the laser film from the oven vent covers and front air vent. Position each slotted vent cover over the vent hole and compress one spring clip under the cooktop surface, enough to slide the other spring clip under the other end of the vent hole. Now install the burner assemblies to their corresponding cooktop positions. Each aluminum burner base should be seated on the top of each burner tower and should not be contacting the range top surface at any point. All Lacanche ranges have been calibrated by our QC technicians prior to the range delivery. No further adjustments should be required. If any range is installed above 3,000 foot elevation, a final burner tuning will be necessary. Please refer to the burner and oven air collar adjustment and low flame adjustment videos on FrenchRanges.com. Now carefully place the burner grates or cast iron traditional plate over each corresponding burner. Do not store the wok ring below the grates or the traditional plate. Traditional plate. The traditional plate is solid across the front edge, and the exhaust ports are at the rear and sides of the plate. Insert each oven rack so it interlocks onto the rack guide rails with a rack backing bar across the rear. On Culinaire ovens, the drip trays can be placed on top of the wire racks and slid into position. On Sully ovens, the drip trays must be placed directly onto the rack shelf guide rails and slid into position. The broil rack insert can be placed at the bottom of the drip tray. The pastry sheets should be placed so the side flange notches straddle the center support bar on the racks. The wok support ring should interlock onto the large center burner grate tines with a wide opening at the bottom straddling dual tines at the front and the back. The reducing trivet should interlock onto the 4 tines surrounding the smallest burner. Once the range components and accessories are in place, hold open each burner valve to purge the air out of the fuel lines until each burner ignites and has a consistent flame. Now check the operation of the electric heating elements and gas oven burner. Using a clean cloth and window cleaner, wipe down all fingerprints and smudges on the enamel panel surfaces. Using another clean cloth and stainless steel cleaner, clean and polish the stainless steel cooktop and stainless handle components on the range. Once the range has been fully assembled and cleaned, take images of the final range and hood installation. Then mark the install as complete on the range installation checklist and submit the completed form and install images to Culinaire at installation@frenchranges.com.